Very good afternoon, ladies and gents, and welcome to this week ahead video. Usual format, we will be going over the market pairs, looking for the market cycle to show itself and identifying opportunities to get into that cycle. Before I do that, I have to remind everybody that trading is actually really risky. You can lose your money doing it. It's not a game, it's real. So be careful, get educated. Because if you're new to these signals, you're new to trading, you're going to find it a little bit overwhelming trading their demo is all I can say. These signals, you won't have any protection from the ombudsman because they're not personally recommended to you. They're pretty generic in nature. And lastly, Synergy must be authorized and regulated, and it is to deliver it to you. So let's start. We had a good week last week by my standards. I certainly got involved in some sectors that we've been highlighting for a while. And yeah, let's just go straight into it. So what we have here is a situation with USD CHF. USD CHF, I did miss all of this. When did I miss this? Christ. Yeah, I was looking at this situation here. Same situation here. Missed it. Very difficult to get in. But what we do have is 2 weeks of rise. So let's go to the spreadsheet. USD CHF, 2 weeks of rise. By the way, I've recorded this already, and I'm just re-recording it, which is annoying. I didn't have the volume on. So yeah, 2 weeks of rise, 3 days of rise. I think I had it as well. Let's have a look. 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. Gave us a fourth and came straight back in. So, you know, markets work in threes. So I've put 3 days of rise. You're going to be looking for a pullback, perhaps a bit more of a pullback, but we have created a 1 and a 2 and probably a 3. So we shall see how he materializes. Just a quick update on his larger structure. Looking good. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. It has completed a harmonic. It has come off. It is trading up against the completion of. This is how amazing the harmonic world is. You know, it hasn't forgotten about this. Price is respecting it here and respecting it here. So people are talking about support and resistance is one thing, but I've got a funny feeling that support and resistance does anchor itself in harmonic levels. It just does. If you've watched enough of these videos, you'd also get a feel for actually this is no joke. I've seen it a few times in some of Steve's vids. There is this thing, you know, fair enough, not on these two, but it's because that top one threw it out. But you're getting an idea here. I'll take this around the screen. I'll take it for a quick walk. Let's see where we can see the harmonics of the market, harmonics of the market, harmonics of the market, harmonics of the market, harmonics of the market. Well, put it this way, this one here is that one there. So this chart's got about, how many harmonics is it going? It was 1, 2 harmonics so far. This is a harmonic, this harmonic, that's 4, 5. So it's got like 5 harmonic moves. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. 5 or 6. So far it's thrown at us 2. What else can it do on the downside? It can do this. It can do that. You know, on the upside from here, it can do this. It can do that. It's just a case of which one it is. Obviously, that can get confusing if you don't know what you're trading with. These look like random lines, but they're not. These are all where the harmonic pattern. So we completed that one. We've got this one to potentially expect. Now, looking further at this, you can see that there's 1 push, 2 pushes. I'm not convinced that's an anchorage sort of formation. Now, if I have to go to the big pattern to see what's going on, I have to. There's not much quality on this pair. You know, it's quite scary, actually, the potential upside for it. But yeah, it's not giving me too much. So I'm moving on. I'm going to do it in reverse this time around. USD CAD. Obviously, one of the best out there. clear. 1, 2. We're in the second zone. Both chop. Trap, false into chop. And then we started the high, 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 low. This is chop, just straight chop towards the upper bounds of this consolidation zone. Is the market making an attempt to make high highs and high lows in the zone? Well, evidently so. High, high, low. High, 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 low. High, 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 low. This is the ABCD completion. We expect higher prices. If we look a bit closer, what have we got going on? A bit choppy. We do have this 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks. This is a drop rise, so could have a retest of the low. There's that setup there. So AB equals CD was here. Obviously, your downside risk was. Let's do it. Had you have bought D, your stop loss was that 40 points or 400 points? 40 pips versus 67. You know, so you better for you. But let's just see where D finished. It didn't finish at D. Price went through it with a heavy red bar. Let's measure the other alternatives. It's 127 typically. So that's what we've done. We've smashed the stops on there. Let's measure XA. It's done the 78.6. So there you go, folks. So you've got the 78.6, the 127%. There are your two confluences. Now we'll do the BC extension where D comes in. And that's smashed a few as well. 127, 141. That's strong. Right, now, what's next? Okay, so we've got this downtrend and we've taken it out here. Bang, taken out. That's interesting. The week finished no net. It's going to be an early days, early beginning of the month sort of thing. What have we got going for us? We had 2 weeks of rise, 3 weeks of drop, sorry. Let's just update the chart. 3 weeks of drop and nothing else. So, moving on. Gold. Now, gold isn't one that we ever trade occasionally, once every month, a couple of months even. I see it as this. That's your ABCD pattern. I could see a consolidation and a consolidation. This is trend. This is trend because it's high highs and high lows. This is trend. High, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low. Oops, breaks it all down here. So that consolidation is really down there. Does hold the low, but breaks it all internally. Now, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. This is all consolidation as well. Same thing here. You know, consolidation, consolidation. So the interesting thing here is whether this is 1 and this is 2, or it's still going to go up and give us 2 to create a pattern in here. So what I would mean by that is 1, 2, 3 makes 1, which in this case is 2. What's the consolidation going to be? Don't know. But we are here at the minute and we are in consolidation. Now we have to ask ourselves, in consolidation, are we making high highs and high lows? No. Kind of. High, 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 low, high, 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 low. But we're still within the range. So I want to know when we're breaking out there. Gold, let's go to the spreadsheet. Is it even on the spreadsheet? Oh God, I'd have to make one for it. And I will not because I just will keep going with the video. NZD USD. Now this is one of the golden ones. Okay, so we can identify where we are in that cycle. We're in the second cycle. Why does that give us an advantage knowing? Well, because we're looking for shorts. That's our bias. Okay, so why don't you think the same as that in level 1? Well, because level 1 isn't confirmed until level 2 is confirmed. So when you can see 2 levels, you know you're expecting a third. Okay, cool. Now we're in this consolidation zone. What sort of things are we being shown? We're certainly being shown lower highs, and we're certainly being shown higher lows. Where are we at the minute? We're trading between this high and this low. We're in the middle of it. We're looking for shorts. Definitely not the best place to trade in the middle of the zone. This could be a big consolidation and we push higher. Could be, unlikely. Could be. Now, if I'm going to paint that picture does have a completion up here, which would, yeah, that's definitely definitely possible. Definitely possible. But we are looking for shorts objectively. So looking for shorts objectively, we've been given a nice setup here where I expect the CD leg to complete. Now B's been taken out. 1, 2, expect the 3. Just a case of getting in. That's a mosquito. Excuse me. God. Sorry about that, folks. I just need to get rid of that. Poor thing. Yeah, so expecting a short and entered DUSD as shown on the bigger picture stuff. This is a Gartley, however. We have broken this structure. So you have to look at this on every time frame. Has done 3 up. This is an M variation. This is a breaking of structure situation. Once but twice. So the jury's out. Are we going to take off from here? Could do. But, you know, that's what a retail trader who doesn't have market cycle knowledge would think. But knowing better, because I know the market's pattern, this is the imposter syndrome part of it again. That's difficult to manage when you're responsible for this sort of thing, is the simplicity of it. Well, the simplicity, because I've done it for too many years, but it really does smack you in the face when you're thinking, really? Is it really as simple as that? And that is half of the battle. So moving on into DUSD that's 2 weeks of drop, 1 week, 2 week, but that's also a no net, could be argued. So I'm just going to do my spreadsheet. NZD/USD, 2 weeks of drop. Has it done 3 days? Certainly 1 there. 2, 3, yeah, it did, but it didn't make a new low. Yes, it did, midnight there. So we ended here and opened there. That's no net. 1, 2, 3 to the low. Lower highs. Anyway, we've updated the spreadsheet. Moving on. Moving on. NZD/JPY is one of my favoritists. It's just my favorite. All along, go back in time and look at the videos how we stalked this guy. We started stalking it here. I did the 1, the 2s, and knowing that 3s were going to follow. And it just continued to exceed. This is level 3 rise, and it's smashing it. Jeez, I've got Tourette's today. NZD/JPY daily level 3 rise up trend. What's it done? 1, 2 is completed 3 months of rise. NZD/JPY 3 months of rise. 3 months of rise. How many weeks of drop? 1, 2. It's done 3 weeks of rise as well. Technically, a computer would tell you that's done 3 weeks of rise, but you also can understand that even though it's made a new high, there's something else that looks consolidatory to me, and this looks like a triple bottom to me. So the pattern's always repeating itself. It's always repeating itself. It always bases itself bases itself with a W, it bases itself with a V, it bases itself with head and shoulders. And in this case, it's the head and shoulders formation. And we're starting to see the pattern move away. You know, this is a consolidation. This is a consolidation. And it's all in line with the the market cycle. Now we get the old harmonics out. So that's brought us right in up here. So I actually missed this. So that sell will probably continue. We haven't probably tested this high here. We did here break and retest. There will be, as again I spoke about at the beginning of the video, there will be this thrown in here. We will be expecting a copy of this. Not always. Typically. Wait for that again. What's the harmonic move here? Harmonic move here is now that would not shock me at all if it got down to that. Anyway, moving on. It's done 1 week, 2 week. It has technically done 3 weeks of rise. It's also done 3 weeks of rise and consolidation. And the second zone. Sorry. It's just, it could be a peak as well. It could be it could make a peak soon. But beautiful looking pattern. How did I fill that out? GPY, 3 weeks of rise, 2 days of rise, 2 days of rise. Started here, ended here. No, it didn't. Right. NZDCHF, we really like this. We're in it as well. If we go to the daily where it all begins, where we see our pattern, we see the 1, 2, and we're now seeing this peak formation develop. We can identify that there is a W pattern there. So there's your W pattern, 2 hits to the low, and we're just breaking and weakening these levels. Are being, once this is already taken out majority of this. So there's obviously shorts that are, they've got their stops here, 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 here. The market's going to take that. So what can we identify in this move here? Yeah, we can see higher highs and higher lows. How many of them can you see? 3. So, you know, it gives an idea of slowdown. 3 makes 1, which is that 1. Hope some of this makes sense, folks. What don't I like about it? Well, I'm always criticizing my approach and always hypercritical of it, actually. But we've come off this order, well, what it is ultimately is an engulfing that started this entire move. This is everyone's knowledge, you know, type it into YouTube. It's been around for ages. Trying to find the original guy who I remember came up with it. It's not ICT concept. It's a chap ages ago. I can't remember his bloody name. We have 1, 2, 3 here, trap false. 1, 2, 3, trap false. It could give us that other low. It could give us that other low, to be fair, looking at it here, but we have moved off the 61%. Technically, this is 1, this is 2, markets work in 3s. Technically, but at the same time, the count could also be this. Difficult to know, but I don't think so. If I'm honest, I think that this one could turn down for one more trip down to here. If it does, that would make me happier, because I'd like to know when I'm wrong, and the market only teaches you that. This is what I think that's going to do. And then go. Could be wrong. Let's see. I think it's done 15. Ends a DCHF. So what do we have going for it? No, nothing on the weeks of rise and no nets. There it is. Yeah, blank. Okay. Ends a DCAD. So this one looks pretty cool. Really damn cool. So level 1, 2, and 3 complete. Now this is the first one up that I could identify. Some people might say, hang about, what about that's level 1, that's level 2. I just don't see it that way, guys. That's what the experience teaches you, to not pick that as such. This could all be wrong. Don't get me wrong, this could all be wrong. Don't think it is, but it could be. So let's start NZD-CAD. Right, this side. So we get a mirror, put it down the middle. We want this side to reflect this side. Not always, though. This is obviously one of those wobbly circus mirrors. But we still have this, essentially the same DNA going through it. We have this consolidation in the form of a trap and a false. And now, where are we? We're at the beginning of a new month. So we have trapped into the beginning of June, trap, false into the beginning of July, and we anticipate the real. That's how I see it. You got the W here, 1. Could this be the top of 2? Potentially, yes. We need to just watch this leg carefully for any signs of a turnaround, and let's just see if there is any pre-food. There isn't. There is 2 weeks of drop. We expect a third week. 2 weeks of drop. I don't think it does have 3 weeks of rise. Let me check. Sorry about this. It has completed 3 months of rise, I believe. You have to get this really right. So it looks like this is a no net, yeah, 1 month. So there is no sequencing going on there. NZD-CAD. No. But we're in trap false real consolidation. High highs to high lows being seen. We've got 2 weeks of drop next. GBP USD. We're in level 1 consolidation. A worrying anchor. We spoke about the the level 3 the patterns where they complete. This is a W. Oh, you can see it as either or. Look, I can see it as this. That's the W, if you can see that. Or it's simply a V bottom. Big V. Either or, has it anchored is the question. This is dangerous with the election. You can see the pattern on the way down is complete. This is a first zone of consolidation. Let's look a bit closer. So we had 1 week of drop, 2 weeks of drop. Did we make a new low? We did here, but for me, this is going to drop quite hard this week. I like the way the trades are off the 50 here. We do have we have completed 3 weeks of drop technically, so I have to put it there that we have. Because we did make a new low. But there's no sequencing on the days, so we'll move on from that. Okay. GBP JPY, 2 weeks of rise. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Level 3 rise, 2 weeks of rise. Let me do this chart. GBP JPY, 2 weeks of rise. Level 2 rise. It just keeps pushing up. How many days? One. Nothing on the days, so that's no real candidate for us. Okay. Right. GBP CHF, another one that we sent this one actually, did quite well. Took a while. Level 1 consolidation, broken the high, popped the bubble. We look like we've come down in a staircase pattern, albeit slightly subjective. 1, 2, 3, I'm seeing. Not that one. This one. So I'm seeing the 1, the 2, the W, 3 weeks of drop, high highs and high lows. Looking good, Trish. It's just a trade with a trend. GBP CHF. Is there anything for us here that isn't? So it should just be blank entries, and it is blank entries. GBP CAD, tough one, but really clear on the pattern. It's done a weaker drop, second weaker drop, and it technically has done 3 weeks of drop, but the pattern is still there for us to attack on the short side. These would be counter trend. These will be counter trend for sure, but we can identify the pattern on the way up. There's 1, there's 2. See it. It probably will give us lower. This doesn't look like a bottoming formation to me. And just to give you context where we are, we're in level 1. Back into the back, technically haven't broken clear of level 1 consolidation. Danger is we slip back into it quite aggressively on the election, not touching it. Let me check what it has in terms of drops. 1 week, 2 weeks, it's done 3. Yeah, and there's nothing else to say on it. GBP CAD. Yeah, it's completed 3 weeks of drop. Okay, GBP AUD. This one I've got a soft spot for. I think it's a real good one. It's done 3 weeks of drop. Level 1, level 2 is pretty clear to me. Middle of the zone. Only risk I have is the election, which could really piss it up both ways. Completed 3 weeks of drop. That's all the real info we have on it. Euro USD. The Euro USD, another one. French elections tonight. This is level 1 consolidation. We're in the middle of that consolidation zone. Lower lows and lower highs being seen. Harmonics again, holding the markets. A, B, C, D. Harmonic in red, harmonic in red. 1, 2. Is this a 3? Doesn't look it to me. It looks like consolidation. 1 consolidation, 2 consolidation, expecting a 3. Is it counter trend? Potentially. Does it would you risk money on it? Yes, I would. I would risk taking a short on this. I need to see the setup, and it's just not quite there yet. So 1 week, 2 week hasn't given us a third. It did give us a third. It was a variation. 1, 2, no net 3. But I think there's more to come. So Euro USD. Where the hell is Euro? Oh, there it is. Difficult to know what to put that. I'm gonna technically it's done 3 weeks of drop with that candle. But at the same time, my conscience is telling me not to go with that because the trade is still on and I don't want to look at it thinking 3 weeks of drops already complete. So I'm just gonna leave it. Can I stick a question mark in there? Doesn't like it. Okay, CAD JPY. CAD JPY has done 1 to 3 weeks of rise. It continues to rise like Japanese pair. Yen's weakening. We can identify that this is in level 3 rise. Go back and look at the previous videos. So let's just check the spreadsheet. CAD JPY. Done 3 weeks. 3 weeks of rise, done 3 days as well. I do not doubt. Yes. No, I'm not convinced. No, I wouldn't trade it anyway. Okay, moving on. CAD CHF. Why haven't I done any of the Euro CAD? Why have I just jumped? Strange. I'll come back to those. So what have we missed out here? Yeah, just Euro NZD, one of my best. Love it. Done. We took it long and we took it short. I'm pretty sure. Depends what group. But this is a situation, it's level 2 rise. My question mark's down here. Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? Maybe. Harmonics don't lie. Market has held the previous low here, 1, 2, 3 hits. It doesn't look right to me though. Missed it really. Missed it. But we didn't miss the short, I'll tell you that. I did miss the opportunity long though, actually. I did. Well, sorry guys, I'm just looking at this. Trying to work it out on my little sketch pad. It would be valid. Fair enough. This is a huge entry for next week. Huge. That's wonderful, that is. 2 weeks of rise. Wow. That is unbelievable. 2 weeks of rise. And a rise drop. Wow. 2 weeks of rise and a rise drop. Yes, please. It's also a Gartley though, guys. I sent this out as a Gartley. Here it is. Recognized it. Dangerous. Typically, using the old experience over the years, typically this is the it's normally the 61% retracement of XA you look for. Oh, sorry, AD does coming around here. We shall watch that one carefully. It's hugely bullish. Hugely bullish. Horrendously bullish. Okay, we're having that one too. Moving on, EuroCAD. EuroCAD is another one that's, a bit difficult at the moment. We're in the middle of this level 1 consolidation. We can see a Gartley pattern X, A, B, C, D. We even sent it out as a pattern. We can see high highs and higher lows. We're in the middle of the zone. Harmonics complete. 3 pushes lower. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3. But it's in the middle of the zone. I do envisage this going up. I do envisage it. That's too strong. Look at the harmonics in red, in red, in red, blue again. Guys, this it's not making this stuff up. It hasn't obviously worked there. But sure as damn, it's pretty close here. Well, my thoughts here are this is a consolidation. Is this a consolidation as well, though? French elections tonight, time will tell. So we've completed 3 weeks of drop. Let's go to the sheet, Euro CAD. 3 weeks of drop is completed. I'll go with the months for now. Euro AUD, the other amazing pattern. We've taken this long level 2 consolidation red ABCD, which is the CD leg of the Gartley. Hugely bullish. Now, what have we done? We've done 1 week, 2 weeks. We completed 3 weeks of drop. So this is really getting ready for a turn. Completed 3 weeks of drop. How many days is it done? There's no sequence on the days. We'll delete that. Okay, Euro JPY is on steroids. Yeah, continues to push. 2 weeks of rise. Fair play to it. 2 weeks of rise. 1, 2, 3 days of rise as well. Yeah, that's what we had. Cool. Moving on, Euro CHF. Amazing pattern. I love this guy. We sent it, I think. So level 1, level 2, level 3, 3 weeks complete. Double bottom, making high highs and high lows as we move along. The big pattern's complete here. Level 1, level 2, 1, 2, 3 to the low. Looking really good. We are still in the peak. That's the risk. 2 days of rise, looking like a killer. Two weeks of rise as well, guys. This one's going to keep going for us. Beautiful stuff. Euro CAD, we've just done. Let me just check Euro CHF. Done that. Euro GBP. What are you saying, you old dog? Euro GBP. Here we go. So it blew the cycle, I think. So we've come down here now, back into the first zone. That's pretty bad. It was pretty well controlled here until the French election. We had reactions off the ABCD, but now we sunk down here. However, life goes on, and we can identify a week of rise, second week of rise, pretty shallow to be fair to you. I'm not touching it, but I'm labeling it. Moving on, did Euro USD, and we were into CAD CHF. CAD CHF, we've done the downward pattern, level 1, level 2, completed the third, 3 weeks of drop, 2 weeks of rise. But you'll be a brave man to take it because it's not fully established. 2 weeks of rise. It looks to me like it's done 2 months of drop, which means it'll probably give us a third month before finishing. Yeah, it's completed an ABCD, ultimately a generational one, and we haven't moved much off it, and I do expect higher prices. June to May, that's 1 month. No, it hasn't done 2 months of drop, it's only done 1 month of drop. So we'll delete that. AUD USD, one of the best out there. Such a clear pattern in line with the market cycle. Level 1, level 2, chopping around, expecting lower prices, lower lows and lower highs so far. Middle of the zone is the only negative, waiting for a harmonic pattern. There is no sequence for us to get stuck into. Nothing. So it should all have 0 entries. Yep. AUD CHF. Now this is a mega one for me next week. Absolutely mega. Level 1, level 2, 1, 2, 3, 3 hits to the low, high, low, high, low. Really excited about this guy. Really, really excited. The mega. That one's behaving properly. The French elections knackered the Euro CHF. So I reckon that blip is literally the elastic band being pulled back on Euro CHF. And tonight, hate to say it, the election's probably going to go positively for Macron, and that's going to bounce back as per the pattern. We shall see. What have we got here? What's the detail behind it? High highs, high lows. We've got the harmonics in place. Again, harmonics in place. Expecting a third. Beautiful, 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 beautiful trade. 2 weeks of rise. And lastly, AUD CAD. AUD CAD, what have we got? First zone, second zone. Are we seeing high highs and high lows yet? Not yet. Nothing to jump on yet, but the pattern's clearly there. Expecting higher prices. It's just a case of jumping in. So there we have it, folks. Hopefully the audio is good on that one. What I'd like to encourage anyone watching this, if you're interested in the methodology and you want to think, wow, that has actually struck a chord with me and I do want to explore it further, you need to go to my personal YouTube channel away from the regulated stuff, which is this. It's called MelonsTrade. So if you find me on there, there's also a Telegram group to join in the description. So please like and subscribe if you can. And thanks for watching. Any questions, reach out to me. I wish you all the best. Thank you.